What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I want to thank you guys for your unbelievable support on the series so far. As you can see, we have got 20 wins with 11 games left, so we got 20 out of 29, which isn't too bad. It's like a 68% win ratio, which isn't too bad. And it's interesting because like a 76 to 77% win ratio is probably enough to get me top 100 of the month. So next month I aim to move up from around the 65 win percent mark to around the 70% win mark. I want to make sure I become a better player week on week. Now this is the final FUT Champions gameplay from the weekend just past, and of course we should be getting weekly and monthly rewards when EA decide to hand them out. They extended FUT Champions by 24 hours, so with that in mind I wonder if we won't get them until late Thursday night instead of late Wednesday night this week around. Hopefully they come still Wednesday night because it'd be interesting to see what the monthly ones are. I know it's a kit and there's been rumours and some source code taken that shows what it could be, but we don't know what that means. But if we can get those very special red coloured cards, I would be very, very happy with that. Now, from the last video, actually from 2 videos ago, I've picked a whole bunch of stuff from the comment section. Let me know in the comment section first of all, or by way of thumbs up on the video, let me know if you enjoy us discussing comments from the comment section. Like, I don't want this to essentially become a Q&A every video, but right now in the early stages of FIFA, and while there's still so much we don't know about FIFA 17, I like this dialogue between us where we can kind of iron out problems, you know, correct theories and understand more about the game, plus me helping you, because whilst watching all the FUT Champions gameplay, that, you know, not really much else is going on in that area. Does that make sense? So, you know, you can see the gameplay, you can see what I'm doing. If you have any specific questions about the gameplay, feel free to ask them. Now, I've actually picked a whole bunch of questions, a whole bunch of comments from the last video, because I think a lot of them are super relevant and stuff that I definitely want to talk about. And the first one is from Van the Man. It just says, how do you know your skill rating? In the last video, we talked deeply about skill rating. Well, if you look at the top 100 leaderboard, you can see your skill rating. So it has it on the right hand side. If you're in the monthly leaderboards or the weekly leaderboards for the top 100 or your region, you'll see it. So because I've entered the top 100 for both region and weekly 2 weeks in a row, I was able to see my skill rating very briefly whilst I was in that top 100, so I know where I am roughly stacked up to all the other people. If you don't get into the top 100, you simply don't know what your skill rating is. Next up is from Tyler Hile. Says, hi Nep, I personally play on 360 because I cannot afford the Xbox One, and I find the offline draft a very profitable method. Maybe you could try it in this series, however it does rely on luck. You have an easy method to make coins without FUT Champs. So yeah, we did offline draft quite a lot last year, and when I get to a position where I've got like, you know, 150,000 coins and a good team, I'll definitely be interested in trying the offline draft even more. This year, more than any other year, I think the drafts can be super profitable. You know, I spoke about it in a previous video. The worst prize you'll get from offline draft is a 15k and a 7.5k pack. And the best prize I've seen so far is a 50k pack and 25,000 coins. So definitely worth trying. And if those of you that don't know, the difficulty level of the draft is irrelevant to the prizes that you get. It's only relevant to the amount of coins that you get at the end of each match. So always play on beginner. Just saves yourself a whole lot of hassle. But yeah, I definitely think I might actually do a video where maybe I put together 3 offline drafts and then take a look at the prizes, what we get, and whether we make profit from it. And in terms of, do I have an easy coin method to make without FUT Champs? Bronze pack method is always strong, but just in general, dude, honestly, like, in its simplest terms, the easiest way to make coins in this game is to just play the game. Play in the divisions, play in the tournaments that are offered to you, do the squad building challenges for as cheap as possible, as often as possible. You know, don't go and, like for example, the Del Piero last month, you had to spend like 50 to 80,000 coins on those Sydney FC players. Just not worth it. So don't do that one. You know, save yourself those coins. The Jonas and the Giovinco squad building challenges, I don't think they're worth it. And the fact that they're seemingly there for the whole year, and the fact that I've got that Giovinco and I barely use him, I regret doing those. You know, I'm 15 out of 18 on Jonas, and I've nearly finished the other 3, so I've almost got him. And I completed Giovinco. I wish, if I would have known now what I would have lost to attain those, I wouldn't have done it. And the reason why I say that is, like, when you look at Nick's Poor Man's Road to Glory, he has around 700,000 100,000 coins. He's got a whole bunch of consumables and other players as well that tally up, you know, maybe another 100,000 or so. But he has a considerable number of thousands of coins, more than me. And that is because I've invested so heavily in these squad building challenges, and I've got relatively unlucky in the packs, whereas Nick has invested better, wiser than me, and he's got lucky in the packs, you know, and his bronze pack method luck is far better than mine. He's packed Emre Moore twice now. He packed him again recently. So, you know, Nick's getting super lucky with the bronze pack method, where I'm just getting like your average kind of bronze pack method stuff. But Nick's also done the squad building challenges relative. I think he spends like on average less than me, you know. I kind of I spend most of my time on this account late at night, which is the worst time to buy players, because that's when they're at their most expensive, because there's less of them on the market. So for me, everything's always more expensive, which is stupid from me, but also because I'm doing things at the absolute worst possibility and still having fun and still making coins, it just truly goes to show that no matter what, you can make coins with this. So as a good coin making method, bronze pack method, just play the game, dude. Just play the game, you'll earn good coins. Conor McLaughlin says, you might not read this, but there's a defending tip. Don't dive in when other teams is on a breakaway. Just contain the attacker until your other defenders come back to help you. And I totally agree with you. And as soon as I dive in, I instantly know that I've made a mistake, unless I get the tackle. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I dive in, first of all, sometimes it's just panic defending. It's just me being bad. There's, you know, sometimes it's just, hey man, that was a terrible decision. Yes, I agree, I made a terrible decision. It's bad. But if you dive in on those tackles and you win the ball, because of the flow, like literally because of the flow of the game, because your whole opponent's team is running forward and running at you, because you win the ball back in a snapshot. What happens is they don't have the time to adjust and turn around, which is when you get your through balls through real quick. And what you'll find is the crossover of your attacker and their defender leaves you in absolutely acres of space. So one of the reasons why I do try and hit those diving tackles is because it offers unbelievable counter-attacking opportunities. And you'll notice this now that I've said this, when you concede goals on counters, I bet it was from a lunging last-ditch tackle where you're like, oh, if I'd have just passed it, and then the next thing you know, oh my God, how have I just conceded? Speaking of just conceding, that goal that guy scored there, how did he do that? He had a free kick, and then his player literally made a perfect run, like a real-life football game run, across my defence into the near post, but just one man. I know there's the near post thing that you can use, but I don't know how he did that. If anyone knows how he did that, please let me know, because I would love to know how to do that myself. You see me win-leave there, 3-0 down in second half. No, you know, there is genuinely no point staying around in games when you know you're out of them. And the fact that I win left at 3-0 down there will become very important later on in the video. So, yeah, that I sometimes I defend badly is the bottom line there. Zach says, you have 1,300 bronze fitness cards. Yes, I do. And that's a bronze pack method being an absolute gem to me in general. And anyone that uses it, because when I sell my bronze fitness cards, and I will sell them eventually, 1,300 of them have a value of 260,000 coins. So I have 260,000 coins when I'm ready to sell them, when they're selling for a price I'm happy to sell them at, sitting in my club. And what's interesting is 260,000 coins in a month is actually worth more than 260,000 coins now. For example, if I bought Royce, right, if I sold all those today, and by some miraculous way everybody bought them today, if I sold them all today and got 260k, and let's just say for argument's sake Marco Royce is 260k, I don't know how much he is, but let's just say he is, and I bought him for 260k, in a month's time, because of things like Black Friday and the first community week where there's special packs and lightning rounds, and the fact that the monthly rewards are about to come out and Foot Champions is driving the price of players down, in a month's time Marco Royce might only be worth 150k. So if I got those 230k now, sorry, 260k now, I could afford Royce, but if I got them in a month's time, I could afford Royce and possibly Aubameyang as well. So, you know, the more I wait to get my coin value out of my bronze pack method, the more beneficial and the more valuable it actually becomes to me. So, yeah, I know that they're there. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I have hundreds of players in the club that sell as well. I'll do a club tour, maybe next video actually, we'll do a club tour, because I want to show a lot of the club, because I've got probably around 15 pages of sellable gold players from squad building challenges and packs that we've got as reward packs. Now, a lot of these players go for discard price or just above discard price. A lot of them I'm keeping because I feel like they'll be valuable for other squad building challenges going forwards. But there is a possibility that, you know, 15 pages, even at 1,000 coins each, 10 pages, 10 players per page, that's another 150,000 coins that I've got just sat there. You know, even at 1,000 coins each, if they sold for 1,500 coins each, that's 200,000 coins worth. So, you know, I've got potentially 200,000 coins worth of players just sat there as tradable. I've got easily 300,000 coins worth of consumables that I can sell, and at least a 200k coin main team. So although Nick is cash rich with his coins, I have assets of about 600,000 to 700,000 coins in this club, which is outstanding considering we're only 1 month in. You know, if you apply that same logic going forwards, and we make let's be conservative, and we have 500,000 coins worth of assets per month, by the end of the year we'll have 3 million coins worth of assets. That's Ronaldo's, Messi's Team of the Year cards. That's everything. That's everything. That's everything you could ever want. Legends, the lot. That's the lot. So, you know, I think we're in a good spot. We are, I would say, behind Nick in coin value. But Nick's just a lucky mofo with packs, man. And that's, you know, a lot of FIFA boils down to luck in terms of packs and squad builder challenges. Nick hits a nail on the head. You know, he gets a jackpot city every time. But who knows? This next Foot Champions prize rewards, I might pull a legend or a Ronaldo or a Messi or a super inform. You just never know, and that's the thing. You just never know. Next comment is from FIFA Undmare HD. Says, how do I know if the guy I'm playing is a pro? The reason why I know is because I just know the pro scene pretty well. I actually know and interact with a lot of the pro players quite a lot. I know Huge Gorilla very well. You know, Hectic Dukes, who isn't necessarily a pro, but is definitely on that pro level. You know, Dirty Mike, a lot of the Dignitas boys, as well as Dignitas, who I have never really interacted with before, but I just know they're a pro. And quite often you can see by their team names or their gamer tags that they're a pro, because they'll have the pro team name in there. So if you don't know who the pros are, maybe just do a little bit of research on the pro FIFA teams, and you'll find them out pretty quick, and might help to be able to avoid them. And if you go into like the top 100 for the month, you'll see the Epsilon boys, you'll see some of the Team Envy boys, and Team Envy aren't really known for FIFA, but there's a couple of them in there. You'll see, and I actually beat a Team Envy player in one of either today's or the last video. I beat a Team Envy player 2-1, and I was so happy. I tell you guys a lot. I feel like I'm coming up against 3 or 4 pros a week in my 40 games, and so to get wins over them is unreal. Like, it's so rewarding to get a win over a player who plays it professionally for a living rather than plays it as an entertainment source for a living. Like, you know, as a YouTuber versus a pro, you would expect 99 times out of 100 the pro to come out on top. So when the YouTuber does come out on top, it feels real good, man. It feels real good. Next up, we had Louis JM34 Space 72 says, Nep, do you believe there to be any form of momentum or handicapping in this or any previous FIFA? Honestly, this is probably... Let me look at the other comments, because there was some... I want to do that one last. Sonny says, Nep, I love the series, loved it last year. Do you have any tips for someone who can only play for an hour a week? Draft. If you can only play for an hour a week, spend your money and your coins on draft. You'll get way more out of the game than doing it any other way. SFC says, Nep, I have 10k coins and a pretty good team, but I barely have any contracts. I have 50 and half of them are bronze. Any advice? I would love it if you read and replied. Bronze pack method, bro. You got 10k coins. Bronze pack method will get you a whole bunch more bronzes. You'll be able to sell the other items, make coins. Failing that, you can get the full gold, like the gold rare ones now for 150 coins on open bid, which gives you, if you've got the good managers, like 50 games, and if you haven't, like 28 games or something. So yeah, that would be my advice there. Paul Pogba, hey, big fan of your work, says, playing against better players will make you a better player. Nep, think of it that way. Great vids, by the way. Yes, to an extent. Playing against good players will, and I feel personally like has made me a better player. I feel like I'm a better player now than I've ever been before, even though my record is nowhere near as good as previous years, because I am playing against a very high level of FIFA player. However, when you come up against the pros, they're that much better than you that taking a beating, you don't learn anything from that. All you do is you sit there and think, I don't know how he did that. When you play against someone who's good and on your level, or maybe a little bit above your level, and you're like, oh, he did that, that's how you do that, or wow, he keeps doing this particular move and it's really effective against me, so I'm now going to defend like this and it's no longer effective against me. But when you play against a pro, they're just so damn good that you're like, against Dignitas, first half against Tas, I had good possession against him. He scored the one goal. I'd created a couple of chances. And even though I was 1-0 down at half-time, I literally sat there and thought to myself, do you know what? I have done a great job here. Into the second half, I don't know what he did or what he changed. I could not touch the ball. And let me tell you something. It wasn't fun for me. And I didn't learn a damn thing about anything. I didn't learn how to play better. I didn't learn how to defend better. I didn't learn how to attack better because I barely touched the ball. I didn't learn a damn thing from playing against him. So to an extent, yes, playing against better players makes you a better player. But when you get beat so bad, you just don't learn anything, which is a little bit frustrating. The Mysterious Hobo says, "Hey Nep, loving this series." Well, thank you very much. I've been watching this series to keep up with what's going on this FIFA because I haven't got FIFA 17 yet. I'm probably getting it at Christmas. Hope you do. My question is, what type of cards would you like to see added to this game in the future? Well, EA have done a great job of opening up a world of opportunities this year with the unbelievable cards that they've given out, the fact that we're getting a load of untradeable stuff. So ultimately, the one card that I would love to see in FIFA is your own virtual pro. Just make it to a point like clubs is right now, where it's a skill-based experience system. So, you know, the more you play and the better you play, the better your pro gets. Have a capping session so he can only get to a certain point. Allow to be able to change position, formation, or like nationality in clubs so that he can always fit, or give him legend chemistry links, you know, so that he get links to everyone at all times. And give people their own pro. That is we're seeing so many new cards, and there are more new cards to come. Like if you've seen like all the videos about it and stuff, like there's Movember cards that are going to be coming out in November. The design is there in the game to see, which means they're going to be coming out, so that's awesome. So EA are doing just a wonderful job on making this game very entertaining. But Alex Hunter is about the closest we've got to it feeling like your own card. But I would love to have my own card, my own virtual pro in FIFA. They did it in 09, they took it out in 10, and it never returned. I would love to see that back. The next message is from Jets. Says, "Hey Nep, hope you answer me." I will. "Why do those pros use bronze players on the bench? Is it related to the fact that some of them believe in scripting or something? By the way, love your videos and sorry for the bad English. Hugs from Brazil." Your English is not bad. It is absolutely perfect. And if you didn't tell me you was from Brazil, I would never have guessed that you wasn't English. I have two working theories. The first theory is that yes, they believe in handicap and scripting and momentum and such, so they reduce their rating so that it doesn't affect their players. Not that I personally believe that it does anyway. And the other thing is there is a theory that if you have a lower rated team, one of the search parameters that EA use when matching you against someone is also against against the same rating. So if you've got like a super stacked team, then a bronze team to bring that rating down, what's going to happen is you're going to come against people who have just got average teams with average benches. So in theory, your players are just so much better than your opponent's players that if the skill level is the same of the two people, the player with a better team would theoretically win more often than not. So those are the kind of the two working theories. Now, in this game, as I said, it's important to it's important in my opinion to know when you're down and out and when you're down and can come back. And in that other game earlier on, I was 3-0 down and I quit because I just knew I couldn't get back into the game. Was my opponent that much better than me? No. A few lucky breaks, me making a few mistakes. He scored one nice goal. You know, it was a really nice goal. But in this game, I was 3-0 down. But at all times, I knew in my mind that I could come back and win this game. And I did come back and win this game. And it was the game that gave me gold 1 for the week. It was also the last game that I played, because the game that we lost prior, which was actually an incredibly close game that we lost 3-2, I can no longer get elite for the month or elite for the week. I was very close to doing it, and I ended up finishing 3 wins away from elite. I finished with 97 wins for the month. This week here, I had 2 games left. In week 1, I had 3 games left that I didn't play because I couldn't advance to the next level in the weekly standings, and I didn't realise there was a monthly standings. So I actually had 5 unplayed games, and I was 3 wins away from elite 3 for the month. So had I played those 5 games and got my average win record of 66%, I would have got 3 wins. I would have finished with 100 wins. So I'm unbelievably frustrated with myself that I just didn't play all of the games all of the weeks. because I would most likely have got Elite 3 for the week, which would have just been outstanding. You can see there on the screen we finished with 97 wins. Now, to the final comment, which was, do I believe there's been momentum handicap or etc. in previous FIFAs, I guess we'll use that for another video, because it isn't, I'll actually bookmark it now as well. It's a very, very important topic that I want to talk about. However, guys, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.